So even if you don't have cell service or internet or satellite for that matter, you can still text using a Meshtastic radio like the Atlavox M1. So in this video, I'm going to do an unboxing. I'm going to walk you through the pairing process to get it connected to the free Meshtastic app on your phone. I'll show you how to communicate between two radios, and I'll even open up one and show you what's inside and show you how to upgrade it if you want to. So it'll be in a different box depending on the quantity you purchase. A single radio will come in this box, a double will be in here, and I can do up to 6, I believe, in here, and then any quantity above that I can group together. So I'm gonna open up a double because I wanna show you how I configure multiple radios in order to have a shared private encrypted channel and demonstrate how to get that set up. It's already set up for you, but how to communicate between those two radios on that private channel that I configure for you. So on the front of the box, you'll see a custom stamp. I do this manually on every box. It's a lot cheaper to get generic boxes and then customize them with my own stamp. So inside, again, if you have multiple radios, they'll be nested one way or the other. I have a different method for more than 2. This is what a double box will look like. And then your packing slip will be up above. Now notice right here, it tells you information about the firmware that was flashed, any modules that you purchased. So this example is just a stock M1 radio, so there's no GPS or temperature sensor or anything like that. And it also shows you the date that it was tested. So I have some custom software that I developed to help me process radios and configure them accurately to what you ordered. And this custom packing slip is produced from that software directly. So it's just a quality control measure that I implemented to make sure that I'm building your order exactly how you bought it. At the bottom of the packing slip, you'll notice it says all radios configured in your order have a private encrypted primary channel 0 with precise GPS positioning, and public is on channel 1. So in the box, you're going to get USB cable and an Allen wrench. You'll get one Allen wrench per order, but you'll get one USB cable for every single radio that you bought. So this is the USB cable that comes with the WizBlock starter kit. And you can see in here, we've got the Allen key. So the Allen wrench is used to unscrew the 4 bolts that hold the top cover on. If you want to ever add any modules or replace the battery or anything, you can totally customize this and service this for years down the line. So I provide an Allen wrench for you to be able to do that. Now over on the sides here, you'll notice a strap. So this is a custom Velcro strap that enables you to connect the radio to a backpack or any sort of MOLLE system, anything like that. I'll show you how that works in a little bit. So again, you do get one strap for every radio that you order. And then you also will get whatever antennas you order. If they are the long 7-inch antennas like this, they'll be nested in the laser cut cardboard cutout there. So we'll get to that in a sec. But the radios themselves are individually wrapped in a cardstock. I have a little label to remind you to attach the antenna before powering on the radio. That's not unique to the M1. That's pretty much any LoRa radio you want to have an antenna attached to it before you power it on. So once you open that up, you'll have your M1 radio. Now at the top, you'll see another label. This is another feature that gets produced by my software immediately after I configure the radio. It prints out a label for me that I immediately attach to the radio so I don't lose track of which one I configured if I'm doing multiple at a time. This also serves a purpose to cover the power switch. Just another little nudge to remind you to attach an antenna before you power it on. But you can see it shows the firmware again and the flashed and tested date right there. So basically when you place an order for a radio, it's going to be custom configured and assembled for you on the spot. I typically have a bunch of radios assembled to this point, just kind of a buffer inventory, and then when an order comes in, I grab one of these and I assemble it to your specifications. So this is a removable label, so it's not going to leave any residue or anything on the radio, so we can peel that off. And the antenna is right here. It's just popped into a little hole in the cardboard, and this is just an SMA male antenna, SMA female connector right here, and this just threads onto the top like that. Now the strap goes into this top slot like this, pull it through, up and over, just like that. And so this will let you strap it onto your backpack or any sort of webbing system. Now we do have another radio in here. I'll open that up in a second, but I also want to point out that I do include a quick getting started guide. It brings you to my website where it walks you through whether you have an iPhone or Android on how to do the next steps that we're going to go over in a second. It also includes the default pin for connecting Bluetooth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can always change that in the settings. So you can just grab your phone, scan the QR code, and it brings you to this getting started guide and goes over the contents of the box. And then right here, you just select your phone. So iPhone or Android, and it'll change the instructions based on whichever one you pick. Now, actually, one thing I do want to point out real quick is you'll notice the identification cubes at the bottom here. So when you're buying radios for a group, it's really easy to lose track of which radio is paired to which phone. So I implemented this cube system, and I let you choose one of 6 alpha indicators. So A, B, C, D, E, F. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those 2 digits will correspond to the last 2 digits in the short name of the radio. So the short name for this radio is M1A2, and the ID cubes are A2. So it's a quick way to physically identify which radio you're currently handling. I am starting to, at the special request of some large orders that came in, to produce some different cubes. So if you do have a specific identifier that you want to use, let me know, and I'll see if I can get that printed for you. All right, so the next step is to get it configured. All right, so I have my iPhone connected to this one. I just put an antenna on the second radio. Now I'm going to pair this radio to my Android device. So I'll open up Meshtastic. We'll go to the settings screen right here and tap the plus button. It detects, it can see this radio Bluetooth. We'll tap it. It'll ask for the pin again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and it's loading right now. We're now connected. We see the cloud icon up here with the check mark. And the last thing I need to do is set the region to United States. It'll go ahead and do a reboot. All right, and now we're good to go. We can start communicating. So again, if you buy multiple radios at the same time, I will program them to have a shared private channel shared between the 2 of them. And actually, I'll save that private key to your customer profile, so any radios you buy in the future, I can configure that same channel for you. Now, I just noticed I got a notification that this other node has been found. So this iPhone is connected here, this Android phone is connected here. So if I look at my screen, here it is. So you'll notice it actually knows the location of this radio, and that's because I have GPS sharing enabled between the phone and the radio. So even though there's not a dedicated GPS unit in the radio itself, a physical GPS unit, you can actually share the GPS data directly from your cell phone to the radio. So that's how it knows where this radio is. Now, obviously I'm inside, so the precision isn't going to be that great, but with a primary channel, you get precise GPS positioning. You don't get that with the public channel. Now, if I go to channels right here, you'll see the alpha channel. That's your private, custom private encrypted channel that I configure for you. and then channel 1 here in the secondary slot. So with Meshtastic, you get one primary slot. That's the one that you can have precise GPS positioning, and that's the one I set up for your private use. And then I just move the public channel to a secondary slot. That way you can still chat with your local public network. So I'm going to tap on alpha, and let's send a test message. Hello. We'll send that. So that's going from this radio, going out. It's going to be picked up by this radio. So here it says acknowledged. And if I go over to the Android, we can see we have this new message, and it was received. So those messages went directly radio to radio, no infrastructure, no cell towers, no internet, no satellite. You have zero dependency on any outside infrastructure. You don't need any sort of centralized repeater, anything like that. That's what's so cool about Meshtastic. So as long as you have the radios, you'll be able to communicate reliably, I would say, in a typical kind of terrain environment. 3 to 5 miles is pretty reliable. The record is ridiculous. So the record is 205 miles. So that's ideal conditions. Obviously, line of sight is critical, but still, it's a great kind of backup communication system to have, or if you're going where there literally is no cell service, you can use these Meshtastic radios to keep in touch with your crew when you're out in the mountains hiking or camping or anything like that. Now, real quick, inside the M1, so the M1 is powered by a rack whiz block. This is the 19007 model. It's a very common radio circuit board that's used for Meshtastic. This one in particular has a GPS module installed. You can see right there. I can also install temperature sensors for you. There's some other sensors that you can put on a whiz block, but those are the two most popular. So I do have GPS modules in stock. So again, you can share your GPS data from your cell phone, but if you want to use this as a tracking device, if you just want to keep the radio on a vehicle or ATV or something like that, but if you do want to include a GPS with your device, you can just select it on the product page and I will install it and configure it for you, so you can just use it right out of the box. I do have temperature sensors as well. These are little tiny humidity and temperature sensors. Those snap right on. That's one thing that's cool about the whiz block. It's like Legos. You just snap stuff on and you instantly get functionality. All right, so if you'd like to buy an Atlavox M1, you can go to atlavox.com, find it there. I'll have links in the description and around this video. And definitely check out the beacon while you're at it. This is a solar node, heavy duty solar node. This is without the cover. This is semi-assembled. And when an order comes through, I go through the same thing, configuring it and everything, and then I pop the cover on. But it has the power switch, LED indicators, waterproof USB, everything here is IP67. I don't want to go too deep into this right now in this video. I'm going to do a whole other unboxing video for the beacon really soon. So I finally got to a point where I got caught up with the beacon pre-orders. It's been forever since I've done a video. If you're watching this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.